And back. To oversimplify, you know, when I've said I didn't really watch Glenn Beck, and now we're watching him, and I've got a different view. To be specific, we watched him quite a bit, off and on, and watched YouTube boil downs and read what he'd said, and I'd listen to the radio once a week or so. So there's no doubt this is a different Glenn Beck than was there 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or even 6 months ago. Yesterday, he talked about 500 Homeland Security mobile vans that fire high-powered radiation through your walls, dwarfing a chest X-ray. And he said how horrible this was in Total Big Brother. This is when I walked into the coffee room where we monitor him each day because it's right by Jacobson's office. Jacobson's in there taking notes. And he was just writing notes. It was word for word what we covered 2 weeks ago. Word for word. Our interpretation, our take, word for word. Then he went on to say the government's creating secret list of citizens they want to secretly kill. This is horrible, he said. But he said Obama is giving you the 500 X-ray machines looking through your walls. He said Obama is creating lists of citizens to kill, which I guess technically is true. It's the Obama administration, but all of this was started decades ago. It's now coming to a head. So that's the big kicker. And so we know Beck's people monitor the show and load his teleprompter with everything I cover, word for word. So get it right, okay? Obama's horrible. He's terrible. He's a globalist reading off a teleprompter, just like you are. But you're fighting the globalists more and more. But stop making everybody think that Obama did all of this, because as soon as a Republican gets back in, we're going to be here. Hopefully, I'll still be alive or on air. I know others will still be around. They can't get everybody. And we're going to be saying, wait a minute, you said naked body scanners were bad. You said these systems scanning people's homes were bad. And obviously they are. It's dwarfs 1984. You had better cover this. See, they're making the whole global government about Obama and a few unsavory professors like Cass Sunstein. And whereas they are villains, they're junior villains. And so that's still the big blind spot. And let me tell you something. Glenn Beck's as sharp as a razor blade, and so are his writers and the giant crew he's got. And they know full well what they're doing. So there's no doubt, in summation, the Republican Party knows that the Patriot Movement's documented world government. They can't deny it's real anymore. And so they're going to say, oh, yes, we're fighting world government. It's the Democrats. And I will say the Democrats, you know, they drive the bus off the cliff at 150 miles an hour, and the Republicans do it at about 100. But I'd rather have it drive off the cliff of 150 because people wake up under snotty-nosed Obama and Rahm Emanuel. They go to sleep under a Republican. So all the gains we've made in the accelerated awakening, where is that going to go when the Republicans are back in power? I mean, are they going to repeal all this Obama stuff? Only if we keep their feet to the fire. So that's what I'm saying. People say, well, why are you reporting on Glenn Beck every other day? The guy reaches 10 to 15 million people a week with his radio show and TV show combined. That's conservative. Okay, the guy is an icon now. I mean, let's just be honest about it. And he's taking my material and using it. And I wouldn't have a problem with that if he wasn't behind the scenes telling people don't do interviews on Alex's show and trying to block me. But I guess he feels like, you know, if I break through, and of course we have more viewers on the web and more listeners and dwarf his different websites together with InfoWars and Prison Planet. But on television and mainstream radio, he just completely eclipses us. I'd say by an order of 10. On the web, we dominate Beck. And that's why we're driving with the young people and the new generation and a large cross-section of general society as well, but particularly young people, the change, so they have to report on it. But it is a weird feeling to have what I do taken and then changed and twisted and regurgitated back out to the point of I get emails saying, you're copying Glenn Beck. Well, no, we don't copy anything Glenn Beck does. I do like the same style, though. You know, in the old days, you watch videos from Alex Jones 10 years ago, you'd see me with a sports jacket, a white shirt, and a rep tie. So, I mean, I was planning to actually dress like that for 3 years on the TV studio I've been planning. Question is now they'll say I'm copying Glenn Beck. But I guess in that case it will be true. The same taste on clothing. But I don't know. I'm done talking about it. It's strange to say I'm going to make a movie about the co-opting of the Tea Party and then to in-depth start watching Beck. And by the way, we've gone back and watched shows from just a year ago. People are saying, well, Alex, you weren't intensely watching. He was always like this. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was for the Patriot Act, for torture, for banker bailouts. Now he's against all of that. And so I'm pleased that you, the audience of this show predominantly, has forced Beck and Limbaugh to a great extent. Limbaugh's admitting that the government wants to destroy the economy to make you dependent now. Savage is talking about fluoride being put in the water to give you cancer. I mean, there are changes. And I've been listening to Savage almost every week for 6, 7 years, and I can tell you he's gotten more hardcore. You didn't hear Michael Savage say the government may blow up buildings to set up martial law. He says that every week now. I mean, I randomly listen driving into work and driving home, and Savage is on when I'm driving home at 6 or 7 every night, and I'll listen maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I just randomly turn it on, and it's fluoride's going to give you cancer by design. You know, they're poisoning the vaccines. The government may stage terror attacks. The Republicans are controlled by the same mega banks. So more than just Alex Jones pushing Beck to be more hardcore, I hear Savage kind of get angry about Limbaugh, particularly Sean Hannity now, and Beck stealing what he covers. And listening to Savage, I can say he's original. He doesn't need our information. He already knows what's going on. These guys are all real smart. Savage is probably the smartest. Well, not probably. He's clearly the smartest of the bunch because I know history. I know medicine. I've done a lot of research across the wide spectrum. And let me tell you, Savage knows what he's talking about. And overall, it just shows the fact that this information is so widespread now that none of these guys can ignore it and stay relevant. But bottom line, there's a big video coming out later this afternoon that'll be on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com where we really put it on the line for Beck and say, hey, we challenge you to get more hardcore. You've gotten a lot better. We don't trust you, though. Let's see you go all the way. Because I can't sit here and say, Beck, stop covering up all this stuff, and then he starts covering it, and then I'm still saying, oh, I hate Glenn Beck. I'm not endorsing Glenn Beck. Let's be clear about that. I'm not saying I trust him as far as I could throw him. What I'm saying is he's going in an encouraging direction. He's going in a very encouraging direction. And I'm telling you, in less than a year, if he continues to get more hardcore every week, he'll have his blood vessels bulging out on his temples, screaming, they want you dead. I mean, this whole week he's talking about the UN wanting to reduce world population by 80%, and he's only reading their own documents that we covered over a decade ago. This is very exciting. It's all covered in my film Endgame, by the way. Get 4 copies for $19.95, Infowars.com.
Off-the-grid remedies can still be grown in your own backyard. Tap into powerful off-the-grid healthcare using all-natural, time-tested herbal medications that you grow yourself with the new Survival Herb Bank. Take the first preventative step against the coming socialized medical shortages with survivalherbbank.com. Traditional herbal remedies have been used effectively for centuries, but the big pharmaceutical and big government cartel can't patent their natural healing powers. That's why they are trying to ban them. The Survival Herb Bank contains 20 powerful herbs, all with proven track records as off-the-grid remedies. And here's the best part. When you grow your own herbal medicines, potencies go through the roof. Learn more at survivalherbbank.com. Plus, get the ebook, How to Grow Your Own Herbs for Survival Remedies, a $39 value, free with every Survival Herb Bank order. Now at less than half price while supplies last at survivalherbbank.com. Or call 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. survivalherbbank.com.
They helped to create a new world order. We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com. or prisonplanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at prisonplanet.tv.
As gardeners, we can all relate.
What do you do with all of the excess food that you grow?
Freezing or canning may have been the process you've used, but the good folks at Excalibur Dehydrator have a healthy alternative to preserve the fruits of your labor. The Excalibur Dehydrator will help you preserve your fruits and vegetables quickly and easily, so you don't have to worry about premature spoiling. You can also use your Excalibur Dehydrator year-round to make delicious jerky. And the best part? The foods you dehydrate are free from excess additives, salt, and preservatives, and that's something we can all do without. To learn more and to order your very own Excalibur Dehydrator, visit drying123.com and see how the Excalibur Dehydrator can help you preserve your favorite foods.
Mention coupon code GCN and receive a free book on how to preserve your foods.
Again, that's drying123.com, drying123.com, or call 1-800-875-4254. That's 1-800-875-4254 today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish I would have said what I was thinking earlier. I literally have studied these people so much that 9 times out of 10 I can accurately predict what they're going to do. There are student movements for open carry on campuses nationwide, and I meant to search it this morning. Was there any type of rally or event? And was this somebody who was going to be attending one of those events? Because there's been a lot going on in Texas. UT has pulled this off. Their Students for Liberty website does have it, though. Student movement update, John Lott at UT tonight at 6 p.m. He was scheduled, and if he's still scheduled, we need to get down there. Of course, the famous professor we've had on many times, more guns, less crime. We have police in Wisconsin arresting people for no reason when they have open carry. This is incredible. And my gut was that they staged the event where the guy shot the gun in the air outside the Capitol as a pretext, put metal detectors in and try to stop senators and House members from carrying their own guns, which they then tried to do. They got the metal detectors in but didn't disarm the Congress people or their secretaries or staff. And I had a feeling that regardless, this would be used to stop open carry on UT, a big movement that's happening, so people aren't just sitting ducks like we saw, at previous college shootings. And this is huge breaking news. Watson is going to be on at 8 after. I'm going to give him a breakdown, boil down of a report I want him to issue, but he's going to get this full text of student movement update. John Lott at UT Austin. Tonight was supposed to be a presentation by John Lott on More Guns, Less Crime. It was an event on UT Law Events calendar, but the link from UT site has been taken down. And we've confirmed that that was the case. Get John Lott's office right now. Call his office. We've been on. And then let's try to get them to contact him via cell phone so we can get a quick comment. And if we can't find the number, we can call Larry Pratt and get it. Yeah, let's get the UT Longhorns on or the UT Federalist Society. Just go after them all. Good job. If you can get them, we'll go into 4th hour live. This is huge breaking information. And I was running through the different permutations in my mind this morning, driving in, and then I was here, and I almost said this on air. I wish I would have. Doesn't matter. It's just, it's so incredible. It's so incredible. And the way they've locked everything down, the way they're covering up. We'll cover this at the 8 after and then go to your phone calls. This is just amazing. Shifting gears to Ted Anderson for this segment. Ted, gold has hit $1,307 an ounce. In fact, it may have even gone higher. I haven't been watching since I've been covering this shooting. How high did gold go today, Ted?
Well, so far, 1,310. And silver's up to 20.